So once again, good day and welcome to another session on advanced research methods. For this afternoon, I'm going to discuss for an intro of the oral presentation series, Mixed Methods Research. Okay. Let me begin now. So mixed methods is a research approach, okay? And whereby researchers collect and analyze both quantitative and qualitative data within the same study. I'd like to point it out for clarity's sake. We collect and analyze both quantitative and qualitative data within the same study. So the popularity of the use of mixed methods, okay, has occurred at the time of internationally increasing complexity, okay, in the way we do, okay, and practice, okay, the different professions. Okay. So mixed methods research draws on potential strengths of both qualitative and quantitative methods, okay, thereby allowing researchers to explore diverse perspectives and uncover relationships that exist between the intricate layers of the multifaceted research questions. Okay. So researchers can use mixed methods in order to explore contemporary trends and practices, across the so many disciplines and diverse practice settings. Okay. So this for this session, so we will learn about what in general is mixed methods research. We also would be discussing in general terms rather, strengths and challenges in using the said method, and to identify initially what considerations may be taken into account when evaluating mixed methods research. And then, of course, we identify the categories later. So allow me to proceed. So what is mixed methods research? Okay. So we talk about mixed methods research, okay, as a design, okay, requiring a purposeful mixing of methods in data collection, data analysis, and interpretation of the evidence. Okay. Note that the process of research, okay, is delving on initially data collection, and whatever data you collect, you have it course through analysis and interpretation. Okay. So in mixed methods, the key word is mixed. Okay. So as an essential step in the mixed methods approach, okay, we do data linkage. Okay? We do data linkage, or we observe integration at an appropriate stage in the research process. Okay? So where purposeful data integration enables researchers to seek, okay, a more panoramic or wide-angled view, okay, of the research landscape, okay, providing the viewing of phenomena from different viewpoints, okay, and through diverse research lenses. Okay. So we combine, okay, in one study quantitative and qualitative data collection, analysis, and interpretation. So this is in contrast, okay, to what we regard as multi-method research. Okay. So that uses a single research paradigm, okay, either quantitative or qualitative, okay, where data are collected and analyzed using different methods within the same paradigm. Okay. So that is to initially draw the line between mixed methods and multi-method research. I hope that that is clear for now. Allow me then to proceed with having to identify what may be the strengths and challenges, okay, in the use of mixed methods. Okay. So selecting the right research method begins, okay, with identifying the research question and study aims. So therefore, it brings us back to our earlier discussion, as I have discussed this in the video lecture I prepared, for the class, all about conceptualization of research problem, requiring, among others, for the initial step, gap analysis, in order for you to be able to understand the purpose of your research undertaking. It is very quintessential that the researcher has a clear understanding, a full grasp, by the researcher of what the study is all about. Okay, so I hope that with the activity that I've asked you to do, pertaining to the initial identification of the topic for your thesis or your dissertation, you will be able to have a deepened realization of what you really wanted to know, and have it for your eventual thesis or dissertation writing as you complete your respective programs. So a mixed methods design is appropriate for answering research questions that neither quantitative nor qualitative methods could answer alone. Okay, I'd like to point it out. Okay, so mixed methods can be used to gain better understanding of connections or contradictions between qualitative and quantitative data. In more specific terms, now we can account for the strengths, and as well as challenges, based on the following discussions. Number one, mixed methods. They can provide opportunities for participants to have a strong voice and share their experiences across the research process. And where they can facilitate different avenues of exploration that enrich the evidence and enable questions to be answered more deeply. So, meaning it is pointing out on the need to also consider the detailed explanation or the contextualized explanation of a phenomenon or a phenomena. And mixed methods can facilitate greater scholarly interaction and enrich the experiences of researchers as different perspectives illuminate the issues being studied. So the process of mixing methods within one study, however, can add to the complexity of conducting research, which is why it is meant to be conducted in doctoral level. But I'm not saying that you can have this for thesis research design for thesis that you will pursue, that graduate students will pursue rather. So it often requires more resources. That's quite obvious in terms of time and personnel and additional research training. So that's why I intended that you report on this, because I suppose that you have not had this very much in your masteral program, is for the doctoral students, and an introduction, of course, to our masteral students. As multidisciplinary research teams need to be more conversant with alternative research methods and different approaches to sample selection, data analysis, and data synthesis or integration. So what then are the different methods, different types of mixed methods designs? So mixed methods research comprises different types of design categories. To begin with, we talk about explanatory, exploratory, parallel, and nested. It is also referred to as embedded designs. So let's discuss this further, by noting the research processes involved in the 4 types of mixed methods designs I mentioned. Let's begin with explanatory okay, sequential. Okay, so when we talk about explanatory, okay, it will be under the general classification of sequential research, where in this type of mixed methods design, okay, quantitative data are collected and analyzed first. Again, quantitative data are collected and analyzed first, then qualitative data are collected and analyzed to help explain quantitative data. So the flow is from quantitative to qualitative. Okay, so that is the first type. So the second type, also referred to as sequential exploratory, okay, is where qualitative data are collected and analyzed first. So it's the reverse of explanatory. If in explanatory, you begin with quantitative data first and then qualitative, and exploratory, you begin with qualitative data. Then quantitative data are collected and used to test findings empirically. Remember that quantitative data, okay, is where you do testing of findings in a more empirical way. Okay, so the flow is from qualitative to quantitative. So qual to quan, okay, qualitative to quantitative. And then we have the parallel. Okay, so parallel is where qualitative and quantitative data, okay, collected and are analyzed and collected concurrently. Okay, so it is combining qualitative and quantitative, concurrent. Okay, so that's parallel. And the last one, we have the nested, okay, can be either qualitative or quantitative main design with the alternative paradigm embedded. No? That's why it's also called embedded, okay, within the study to answer a complementary question. Okay, so it is fundamentally, okay, in the formula way, qualitative, okay, plus quantitative, or quantitative plus qualitative. Okay, so that's how we distinguish one from the other, and this will be elucidated in the individual topic discussion by the different members of the class later. So let me proceed to identifying what considerations a researcher, okay, has, okay, to make when evaluating mixed methods research. Okay. So when conceptualizing a study using mixed methods research, okay, to answer a research question, okay, we need to be guided by the following questions. Okay, these are the guide questions. Number one, does the research question justify the use of mixed methods? So it's quite obvious. Okay, where a research question, okay, needs to be answered both in both quantitative and qualitative way. Okay. Number two, is the method sequence clearly described, logical in the flow, and well aligned with the study aims? That's why we had it, you know, part of identifying the 4 different types of mixed methods, the sequence, the order, okay, whether qualitative first and then quantitative, or a combination of qualitative plus quantitative. Okay. Number 3, is data collection and analysis clearly described and well aligned with your study aims? Again, it is very important to have a clear understanding of what you have for research purpose and anchored on what we term as research gap analysis. Okay, so I'd like you to have okay, a full understanding of the different types of research gap analysis, okay? Because I'd like to hear that in your individual sharing of your initial outputs, okay? Relative to your intended topic of for your dissertation requirement later on. Also, does one method dominate the other, or are they equally important? That's why you will need to have it on the basis of its weight, whether the qualitative is of equal weight with the quantitative, or in the case of embedded, okay, which one's more dominant over the other, okay? So you observe nesting, okay, or embedding of these two types of methods, okay? We also have this one question: did the use of one method limit or confound the other method? Okay, and finally, when, how, and by whom is data integration or mixing achieved? So these are basically your considerations insofar as considering the employment of mixed methods research. So that ends our special session on mixed methods overview. Thank you.